to Councillor Mevagissey and to Gareth Williams and members of the Parish Council who put the decorations behind on the War Memorial. Thank you all for coming this evening to celebrate the anniversary of the ending of the Second World War in Europe. It was 80 years ago when Germany surrendered on May the 7th, signing the official document the following day, the 8th of May, and has been known as VE Day ever since. I was 12 years old at the time, not long at grammar school. And so I can remember little of what celebration that went on in the village, except for the relief of everybody at the ending of the war. I'm sure the village celebrated. My father was still away in the Navy, his Second World War, and mother had 3 boys to look after. As children, we had no doubt as to who would win the war, and were proud to be British, mocking Hitler and his gang, little realising how close we came to defeat on so many occasions. Dunkirk, the Battle of Britain, the Battle of the North Atlantic, North Africa, and so many more. The fact that we are standing here today is down to the thousands of those who fought and died to bring peace to the world. And we will always remember them. We must also never forget that while the war in Europe ended, there was still a bitter conflict continuing in the Far East, and many more would die before it ended. This evening, however, is a time to celebrate and be thankful. That's the end of mine. I will now hand over to Simon Dunn to take you through the itinerary for the rest of the evening.
I remembered everything but my glasses. So I've got a little pair of these. Please don't laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, today our hearts are full. On this day, May the 8th, we remember a moment that changed the world. A day when silence finally fell across a war-torn Europe. After nearly 6 long, bitter years of darkness, V-Day brought with it the light of hope. The fighting had ended, and with it came tears of joy, of sorrow, and of relief. We remember the cheers that erupted in the streets, strangers embracing, bells ringing, flags waving in the wind. But we also remember the quiet grief of those who stood in the shadows of this celebration, missing loved ones who never came home. This day is not just a page in our history books. It is written in the blood and sacrifice of millions. Young men who left home and never returned. Mothers and fathers who waited at the window. Children who grew up too fast, too soon. And entire communities shattered by war, only to rise again with a resilience that still humbles us. V-Day is a victory of spirit as much as it is of arms. It reminds us of what can be achieved when we stand together in the face of evil, when we refuse to give in to hatred, and when we believe, even through the darkest nights, that dawn will come. And it did. So today, as we remember those who fought, those who fell, and those who endured, let us speak their names with pride. Let us carry their stories forward, not just in words, but in how we live, how we treat one another, and how we protect the peace that they gave everything to secure. Let their memory not be just in monuments and ceremonies, but in our compassion, in our courage, and in our commitment to a better world. We remember, we honour, and we say from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. It is my absolute honour and privilege to introduce to you a veteran of more recent conflicts, serving in Bosnia, Iraq and Afghanistan, retired British Army Warrant Officer Paula Dunn.
Today, as we gather to honour Victory in Europe Day, we stand not only in remembrance, but in profound gratitude. 80 years ago, the guns in Europe fell silent after years of unimaginable sacrifice. The world breathed a cautious sigh of relief, and history was forever shaped by the courage of those who fought tyranny and unyielding resolve. As a veteran who has served in more recent conflicts, I stand here not to draw comparisons between battles fought and sacrifices made, but to acknowledge the living thread that connects us across generations. The values upheld by the veterans of World War II, duty, honour, resilience and unity, are the very same values we strive for and carry forward today. Meeting World War II veterans, listening to their stories and walking beside them in the past, I've come to see them not only as heroes from history books, but as mentors. Their strength reminds us that the uniform we wear is more than cloth, it's a promise to protect, to serve, and to carry on the legacy they began. VE Day isn't just about history, it's about connection. It's about understanding our freedoms that were forged by the hands far older than our own, and that our task now is to protect what they fought for, not just through service, but through kindness, leadership, and remembrance. To the World War II veterans among us today, and those that are here in spirit, we thank you. We walk in your footsteps, we carry your stories, and we will never forget you.
So, today as we lay wreaths and bow our heads, let us speak from the heart. Thank you. To those who served, to those who waited, and to those who never came home, thank you. We honour you not just with words, but with our continued commitment to peace, unity, and compassion. May their courage live on in all of us. I would now like to invite Parish Councillor Mike Roberts and 3 veterans of our armed forces, Alistair Cleland, representing the Royal Marines, Neil Press, representing the Royal Navy, Nigel Hocking, representing the Royal Air Force, to lay wreaths for those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. I would now like to invite James Mustoe, County Councillor for Mevagissey, to read the Ode of Remembrance for the Fallen. Following this, Jackie Peters will play the last post, and then there will be a 2-minute silence.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.